Hello and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is Katie if you are new here, but if you are already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say how much I appreciate you. And if you're not subscribed already and you would like to, please be sure to hit that little subscribe button down below if you do end up liking today's video, or simply just give this video a thumbs up. So if you happen to watch the last video here on my channel, you would know that thrifting has easily become one of my new favorite hobbies. I went to some of my first estate sales a little while back ago and I just absolutely fell in love. It was so fun to just go through people's houses, just looking at all the things people have collected and things that they were interested in. I just think it's a cool thing to see. And of course, it's even more fun when you find things in the homes that you just cannot live without. So I feel like I have found some pretty good like little trinkets and treasures that just bring me so much joy. So hopefully you enjoyed a lot of those items I showed you in that last haul, because I have so many things sitting down here below me right now to go through with you that I'm just so excited about. So let's get to it. This first item I have to show you might be one of my favorite things that I have thrifted recently. I just think this is so precious. I love it in the real wood, and this little heart shape on here is so sweet. If you know anything about me, you know I love when things have heart cutouts or heart shapes on them. It just draws me in. I personally think an item like this would be really pretty in the kitchen or even in the bathroom, because you do have some good storage space. I mean, obviously it has to be something a little bit smaller, but you could put cutesy little things on there, and even on these little tiers right here, and it would be cute to maybe even hang like a hand towel or like some jewelry or something from there. Kind of can just fit in a quaint little spot and just add a little bit of charm to your area. This next item is kind of like an antique treasure box. You can use it for obviously just storage purposes for your little treasures that you find, but it's also cute to put out on display because I think the print on here is really pretty. I like the floral kind of whimsy design to it. Kind of still feels dainty, but it's in that darker kind of green color that I love. I really like to accent with that green right now in my room. That's the color of my comforter actually, so even some pillows that I have are more of this green color, so I thought this would be a really nice accent in my room. It's kind of cute to have something like this versus just a boring old beige brown box, but I do like all the drawers on it, and it has the top on here that comes off. I already have some things in there that I actually need to show you as well, but I like how everything was already separated, and then it has this little sliding box here. You can take that off too, but this is even cute to store different bracelets in, all kinds of different jewelry. I think this is like a perfect little thing, even just having open like this, but I definitely thought this was still in pretty good condition, so whoever had this before me took care of her. These were the two things I had in that little storage box, so I wouldn't forget to show you. First is this tiny little jewelry storage box. I love the print on it, and of course I was drawn to it because it is in the heart shape. I just thought this was the perfect thing for storing some dainty little jewelry in, or something that's a little bit more important to you, maybe like your wedding ring. It would be cute to have something like this to know that if you needed to ever take your wedding ring off, you could always store it and keep it safe and sound in a cute little box like this. Next is this box of dominoes, and I was drawn to this because when I was a kid I would play dominoes for what felt like hours and was having so much fun, and so I thought this would be cute even just setting out as decor, but obviously just for keepsakes as playing as an actual game. And sometimes I think throughout your home it's nice to have little things like this on display that are very authentic to you and your experience. Also, I just think the vintage look of this was really cool. Also, you could take the box off and maybe even display the dominoes in some kind of cool, funky way as decor in the house. This next item is definitely my #1 favorite thing I've ever found at an estate sale, and the most expensive thing I think I've bought, because when I'm going thrifting, I'm personally looking for a deal. So this was $30, but I genuinely don't think you'd find an item like this for any cheaper than that. So I pulled the trigger because I could not live without this beautiful duck in my life. And I feel like these kinds of ducks have been kind of trendy lately on TikTok. At least I've been seeing them quite a bit anyway. I think this is the most beautiful vintage gold color, and it is pretty big, so you can store quite a bit in here, and obviously it has some character to it, but I don't mind that. It just adds to the whole charm of it all. So I don't know what I would store in here per se, but regardless, I just like it as decor. And I love all the intricate detailing on this with the feathers, and I think the face on this duck looks really cute too. So as you can tell, I'm sure, I'm drawn to things that appear to be a little bit older in style, and I just genuinely feel that's because it has more charm to it. Nowadays they make things that are a little bit more modern or just like so straight edge, and there's no like intricate detailing to it all, and it's just not a lot of thought went into it. Where I feel like back in the day, styles even like this random little basket, just by looking at it, you can tell it's got charm to it. And yeah, sure, they make some things like that nowadays, but I just feel like we're kind of going backwards with things, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, they still make tons of cute things these days, but you can't tell me that you see things like this very often. I just think they're so cute and quaint and just really make a space feel warm and inviting, and I don't know, you get the vibe, right? So I just fell in love with this little basket. If it was a little bit bigger, it would kind of give like magazine rack, but because it's smaller, I'm not exactly sure what I would put in here. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And it has a little bit of that red in there. And if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I love to accent with red whenever I can without it being too over the top, because red can be a little bit of an intense color. But I find when you can find ways to incorporate it with little things like this, I think it looks really nice, because red is my favorite color, so I like to put it in little places whenever I can. And because it is in the all wood look, I do like how it pulls just a little bit of that Western vibe to it, and just really cute sitting out somewhere on a table or on the floor somewhere. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put this, but I would be sad if I left this behind. Then I have these two gorgeous crosses. I loved the design on these. I thought they were both pretty unique, and I love to decorate with crosses in my home. As you can see here, I have a little tiny one on my wall here. Obviously these are a little bit bigger, but this first cross was the most unique cross I have ever seen, and I'm pretty sure it's because someone individually nailed all these different little charms onto it. And I like how it kind of has that hammered look to it, and the gold heart in the middle obviously is what was my favorite thing of it all. I adore all of the charms that they chose to kind of nail onto this cross. It obviously adds to the whole vintage character of it all, which you know by now that that's what draws me in. So just such a really cool, unique piece. Then we have this cross, which is in a beautiful maroon brown color. I love that shade of color, and it also kind of makes it pull again more of that Western vibe. And I love all the intricate detailing on this. Is very pretty, and again it has the heart detailing on there as well, which I just absolutely love. So I also like this isn't super heavy. The other cross wasn't either, so it's really nice to just hang up on the wall easily. Next I have these smaller wooden ducks. I actually found these at the same house where I got the larger gold duck, and the woodworking on these are so beautiful. Again, all the intricate little cutouts and the feathers just look so pretty, and I love it in the darker wood. It has a really cute face on it, and because these are a little bit smaller, I feel like it's a lot easier to kind of style in your home. Kind of adds a woodsy, earthy nature vibe to a space. Picture frames are another thing I really like to search for when I'm thrifting. I feel like you can find some really good ones. I'm usually drawn to more of a wood one or in the beautiful gold color. So I love all the detailing on this one, and I kind of like how this was more of a square frame and not the usual rectangular, so a little bit of a different shape. And I pretty well like to hang these up on my wall, and you don't always just have to put a photo in here. For instance, on this frame back here, which I kind of showed you in the last video, I thrifted some vintage Valentine's Day style cards, and I just thought they were so cute that I put them in a frame. So you can kind of find things like that when you're out thrifting and kind of make a collage like that in here. Maybe throw some lace as the background would be cute too. So it doesn't, you know, always just have to be a typical photo. And you could also press some flowers and put them in a frame like this to display. I think would be absolutely adorable. Another thing I am on the lookout for when I am thrifting is some pretty little lace things. So for instance, usually you can find that in some doilies. And when I was a kid, my mom always decorated the house in some doilies in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So maybe that's why I'm kind of drawn to stuff like that, because it kind of reminds me of how she would decorate it, and it was just very homey feeling. So I found these two heart-shaped doilies, and I like it in the beige because typically you see it more in like a white or cream color, and I just thought these are really cute for decor, just randomly on a table or even just framed. I think would be cute just as a really nice accent piece. I don't know if doilies are making a comeback or what, but I'm just all about it. I think they add, again, so much charm to a space. And of course, I just thought they were so perfect in the little heart shape. And then I found this longer oval shaped style doily. Look at the trim on this, so beautiful. Love it in the white color, and it's that eyelet style design, which is absolutely precious. How good would this be sitting out on a table to display some things and just, again, really add some nice charm, some character. That's what we're after. But it's just kind of frilly, girly, dainty. I think it's the perfect little accent piece, and all the scalloping on the side is absolutely gorgeous. It kind of has a floral design going on through the middle of it. It's just everything I could ask for and more in a doily. And like I have mentioned before, at my core, I just feel like I am a cozy grandma at heart. And you know, if you went into your grandma's house, this is totally the style that you would see somewhere on her table or something. And this piece I found is, I think, more designed to be just a curtain, but I only found one of them. But I just honestly wanted it for the material. I can cut this up and use it for whatever, or just using it as material in a photo frame if you don't want the backdrop to just be white. If this is poking through behind it, then it just looks a little bit prettier and more of a whimsical feel to it. And I just love lace, and I thought the design on this one was just really pretty, and just the classic lace style in the nice kind of ivory color. And it also has that nice scalloping on the edge here, which would be really pretty to use as maybe some trim. I could cut just like an inch down and use it for something. I don't know what, but I kind of like to have material like this laying around, because you never know when you're going to need a little bit of something. You could even use it as some ribbon, tie it around your purse and create like a little bow for, you know, a cutesy little bag charm. I feel like that's really trendy right now, but regardless, I think that's really cute. Also, I apologize if the lighting is getting a little bit weird here for you. It's because I'm here in Missouri right now, and it was just sunny, and then a storm came through, and then, you know, it got sunny again, and now I feel like another storm is potentially about to come through. I don't know if it's gonna pass or not, but that's why the lighting is getting all kind of wonky. This thicker brown belt I found at some lady's garage sale this past weekend, and she was pretty well selling everything for only $1, so absolutely loved that. This is also another item that I feel like is very on trend right now, but again, regardless, I always will love this style. It pulls a little bit more Western to me, which I am naturally kind of drawn to, and I love the brown and gold combo together. I think it looks pretty and really can make an outfit, and it's also really cute to even layer over top of a skirt. Like, you don't have to wear this just over jeans. In fact, I don't even know if this would fit through your jeans belt loop. So typically wearing this over a skirt or with a dress, like a white dress of some kind with some lace on it or something, this would really make that style of outfit. And I also have some brown cowboy boots that would match this belt perfectly, so I knew I needed to have her. And the brand of this belt says 𝙇𝙄𝙆𝙆𝙎, and I'm pretty sure this says it is 100% genuine leather, which I don't actually like to buy genuine leather pieces unless it is secondhand. And to very much match the vibe of the belt I just showed you, I also found this brown leather purse. I just love the coloring on this, and I like that it's in the hobo style because I'm very much into that right now as well. I love when my purses have all different kinds of compartments to it. I don't know what it is, I just like how it feels more organized. I have more space to fit all kinds of different things that I might need to bring with me, so I'm all about the different compartments. And she definitely has a little bit of wear to her, but I don't mind it at all because I feel like leather kind of looks better the more worn in that it gets. And the brand on this purse says Moonshine Leather Co., made in Brown County, Nashville, Indiana. I also like how the strap has a nice gold buckle here. I think the brown and gold together looks so pretty. You can obviously wear it just on your one shoulder like this, but I don't know, I kind of like to wear it across the body like this when it's more of that hobo style. I think looks really nice. Not necessarily with the outfit I got going on right now, but you get the vibe. And of course, my #1 tip when you are thrifting a bag is to make sure to open it and look through all the different compartments, make sure it looks nice and clean, and you know that there's nothing scary going on inside. Next, we have yet another wooden shelf, but I liked this one because it was much more miniature in size, and of course it has the dainty little heart cutout, which I just love so much. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna style this yet or where I would put it, but I just loved the small intricate feel of it, and really cute to even maybe hang some jewelry on. I don't know, you see the vision though, right? This would really be cute in a little space. Then I found this pretty little glass jar, which I thought would be so cute sitting out in the kitchen somewhere, maybe for like an olive oil moment, or like oil and vinegar, maybe even, I don't know, some maple syrup. You get the vibe, but I just thought it was kind of unique, and I liked the little topper on it, how it just sat on there like that, but the overall design of the whole thing just was so pretty and dainty. And I think the whole crystallized detail look of it all is really cool. This next item I found doesn't look super vintage or anything, but I thought it was very authentic for me and my boyfriend Devin, because we have been living out in California for quite some years now. So I thought something like this would be cute even sitting out in our kitchen to maybe display some wooden utensils by the stove. And I thought the graphic on here was very sweet on both sides. It's the same, but it very much captures the whole vibe of California and most of the places that we have been to. So I just thought this was a really cute thing for us to have. Next, I have this smaller dish, which I loved because of the angels on it. I'm really drawn to things that also have cherubs on them or angels, and I loved the color of this one, kind of like a cream off-white. It also has some flowers that kind of look like roses on there, but the overall details on this with the angels and their little wings I thought were so precious. This next item I found, I don't know exactly what you would call it, just kind of like a doorknob style storage hanger, but I think the detailing of this is really pretty to kind of hang up on a space, maybe even outside somewhere and hang some things on it, or just in your home to put on the wall to kind of add a little bit more charm and character that I talk about all the time, because that's what we're after. So little items like this I feel like are a little bit more unique that help you add that whole vibe to your house. And it kind of just has like an antique metal brass look to it with some orange jewels on it. And yeah, I just love the detailing on this, and kind of a unique piece that you don't really see that often. Next, I found this smaller brass kind of metal tin, and because it is smaller, I don't know exactly what I would use this for. So if you have any ideas of maybe what you would do with it, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Even with any of the other items that I just showed you, maybe what you would use them for, just let me know in the comments down below. But I couldn't pass this up because it really had that vintage feel to it with the brass metal. I can't resist items like that because I think they look so cool. Next, we have another vintage style storage box, and I feel like you can never have enough of these because we're all needing more ways to store things, and why not make it cute? So this is perfect to store little smaller, maybe knick-knacky things, or things that just, you know, mean a little bit more to you and you want it in a cuter box, or even to put some cards into, or things people have written to you, or maybe things that you have journaled yourself and want to store in here. This is just like a perfect little box for things like that. And I just love it so much in the darker wood color. It's really nice and lightweight too, and all the detailing on it is so beautiful with this cross on the top of the box here with this more vintage gold handle. And even though it isn't the cutest fabric on the inside, I don't actually mind it, but you could also kind of DIY that yourself and maybe put something, you know, that appeals to you a little bit more, like something floral would be cute in here if you wanted to, you know, keep it more open. But I think it's so pretty that I would probably just keep it more closed like this just for storage purposes. And lastly for this haul, I have this picnic style basket with the absolute cutest graphic on the top of it, but I also liked it because it was in that nice wood look and kind of that pretty lattice style. And when you open it, the inside of the basket is just as cute with the green gingham print. I love the green color and just the different graphics throughout it with the little ladybug, the flowers, the seeds, just everything about it was so cute. Even just sitting out in your kitchen kind of propped open like this with maybe some things kind of hanging over the edge maybe. But again, an item like this I feel like really makes your space feel warm, inviting, a little bit of cozy cottage feel to it, which I think pieces like this are fun to incorporate into a home. I love the little bear that is on the top with his cute little basket and such, and the blue check pattern I think looks really pretty because I kind of like when a kitchen has the blue and white theme. I think looks really nice. And again, I just feel like this is an item you're not going to come across very often. Just the whole design of it is kind of unique now and very much vintage in my opinion, that I just couldn't live without her. She was way too cute. And I know I said this was the last item I had to show you in this haul, but I do have some cute plates that I'm storing in here. The lighting is obviously getting a little bit darker as the storm is approaching us here, so again, I apologize for that. But I picked up these 4 plates and they all have the same graphic on them. The plate is in a nice neutral cream color, but the graphic on here is a little bit more whimsical, and I like the hearts on there. And it has a little bit of pink trim around the plate, but it's pretty minimal. But I like on the outside how it has these smaller green hearts, and then it has the 4 main hearts in the middle. It kind of reminded me a little bit of a 4-leaf clover, and I do love clovers and such like that, so I just thought that was also a cute little touch. I liked how the overall design just kind of played into that country cottage aesthetic without it being too overboard. It's just kind of a cute, playful way to add that into your kitchen decor. And then I also got these 4 bowls to match. The trim around the bowl is the same as it was on the plates, so it matches it pretty well, except the heart in the middle is a little bit different, but it's the same on every bowl. And the heart on this one is more of a pink and green colorway, which I think looks really sweet and is again a nice way to add some color into a simple little bowl like this. And I just really liked the good size of this bowl. It's not too deep, it's not too shallow, it's just the perfect bowl. And I would maybe even set the bowl on top of the plate because it does match so well. It would be cute on display, but I just absolutely had to have these because they had such a cute vintage look to them. So those were all of my treasures that I have found thrifting lately, or even just going to some estate sales. And I have been going with my mom, and let me tell you, we have been having the time of our lives. We're kind of mad at ourselves that we didn't start doing this sooner, but also I personally might not have treasured them as much as I do now because I don't know, I just am in a different era of my life, so this is kind of just what brings me joy at the moment, and it, like I said, has been a really fun hobby. And I know my style is kind of cozy grandma vibes, but in my eyes it's just vintage cool shit. So hopefully you saw some items in this haul that maybe inspired you to find some things like this when you're out thrifting, or even to pop into an estate sale near you and see what you can find, because they are so much fun. And it's cool, like I said, to even pop into someone's house that maybe they haven't decorated in several years, and it's kind of cool to see like how nothing has been touched and how they decorated back in the day. And you never know when you could hit the jackpot and pop into that one thrift store or that one person's estate sale and find the exact item that you were looking for. And if you would like me to film more videos like this, just let me know. Give this video a thumbs up or comment down below, or even just simply subscribe so I know you want to see more videos like this, because I will happily film these for you. I also thrift a lot of clothes too, so I can do a thrift haul of just clothes, or I can do more just home decor like this, because I have been having a blast thrifting. There's so much cool shit out there. So I just want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I love you. I will see you in my next one.